And swim away with me on Mermaid Junkie TV.
Hi Mermaid Junkies, how are you? I hope you're doing wonderful today. Today is how to love yourself. I have 4 more tips for you, treasure trove tips that I hope that you will be able to implement into your life and that will help you on your journey to this beautiful transformation of loving yourself and becoming the person, the beautiful mermaid that you are internally. So number 1 is to think of things. That was actually, you know what? I have 5 treasure trove tips because that just reminded me of something when my phone went off. Is that I have these, one way that you can love yourself is I actually took my phone, and I have a smartphone, but what I decided to do is to set alarms periodically, let me say that again, periodically throughout the day to remind me of things that I am. And I think that that's a very beautiful thing, is to use those words, I am. I think it's really cool too because they're in a lot of religious scriptures. If you will look for them. I'm really studying and researching words and the language and how we manifest things through that. And so, I mean, I'm getting sidetracked, but my whole point is that I am is a very direct, powerful, energy-driven word, because it's stating factual that you are in existence in that moment, something already. The other thing that I was going to continue to say was, I'm getting sidetracked, but is that I set alarms on my smartphone 3 or 4 times during the day, and they go off with this beautiful music that I pulled from a Jane Austen movie, and Pride and Prejudice, that's my favorite, girls. And it just says little things. It's little alarms, and I put pretty pictures and stuff, and it says, I am a happy, beautiful creator of dreams, or whatever you would like. But just think of some wonderful, beautiful little things that you would like to reaffirm to yourself, and put them through the description on where it has the label of what the alarm is. If you have a smartphone, that's how you do it. It'll say alarmed as a generic, but if you will go in there, you can type in anything that you want. And so then when it comes up and it alarms you, you remember, oh, I'm a happy, optimistic mermaid, that kind of thing. So that's a wonderful, beautiful tip to help create another way of helping you to love yourself, because you're reminded and you read that and you're like, yes, I am a lovely, optimistic, happy mermaid, maker of dreams. So that's number 1. Number 2 is make the most of your day. And that means what makes you happy. Because when you're creating, and because everything is created, right? We're all creators. God created the earth. Everything that exists was created through an artistic approach. That's why we feel such great loveliness towards everything. I've got all these little feathery things on my face. I apologize, but that is why we feel at such one and unison with God, is because when you're creating, you are in alignment with Source so highly. The vibration is so high, and that's why you have such utter joy, because that's internally what we are, these spiritual creators. So if you can think of what makes you happy, and at least try to do that every day, because that is one of the main reasons that people are stressed, because they're continually doing things that need to be done, or they're on a checklist. And if you will realize that you need to create before you're consuming anything in life, before you're consuming your phone, your to-do list, your planner pages, your this, you've got to take the kids to school, you've got to run this, errand, you've got to mail that package, you've got to go to this doctor appointment, you've got to do your yoga, you've got to get everything done. You start to forget that if you don't create, you will start to become extremely stressed out, and you will be completely irritable. And it's very, very, I mean, it's proven that stress will manifest itself, and that's because you're not doing what your soul desires. So however that is that you need to create, that could be creating a beautiful atmosphere to where you're putting on some good music in your earbuds and walking down to the park. It doesn't have to be like you're physically creating in a way that's like, oh, you have to be an artist. An artist can be an artist of anything. I mean, you can create. Artists are in every capacity in life. So that is number 2. Did I say that was number 2? Okay. I'm so funny. Every day recite your affirmations. This is another thing, and I'll keep reiterating that every single time, because the more that you recognize that the affirmations really do help to create love within yourself and completely accepting yourself 100%, the more you'll understand that that is part of the transformation. So do your affirmations, ladies, little mermaids, mermaids in the making. Number 4 is do not compare yourself to others. And I kind of lost sidetrack of thinking what I was going to say, but I would just reiterate that when you compare yourself to other people, we know that that creates such a negative vibration within ourselves, and then in turn it just completely compounds itself by becoming, then you start thinking more negative, and it's like a vicious cycle that starts to happen. So I think that if you could try, I mean, just try, just take a little step, just say, you know what, I'll try to stay off social media or consuming any kind of, magazines or reading this or enjoying this, because ultimately I think what we're trying to do is fulfill something within us, and that in turn is looking at other people saying, we're trying to distract ourselves from what is internally going on within ourselves, and that is a way that will completely create even more of a dissatisfaction within ourselves, so that we are not happy anymore, and that we can't focus, or we don't focus on our own transformation, and then we stay stuck. And so a lot of times I feel like I will use that analogy of being in the boat, and you have the oars, but you're so discombobulated with being in the ocean, right, that you just don't know where to start because you're so overwhelmed. And I think that's what it does. Comparing yourself causes just such a lack of self-worth within us. And so let's not compare ourselves. And that is the last one. I would be so grateful if you would subscribe to my channel, if you would like. If you think it's for you and you enjoy it, that would be wonderful. And I would be so thrilled and so happy. And I just want each one of you to know that already are subscribers of my channel, that I love you, and I feel ultimately blessed and so indeed thankful that you spend these moments with me on this video out in nature, the beautiful, beautiful world that we have. And I want to bring you beautiful content so that you can be happy and joyful and enjoy life and feel wonderful and gracious and beautiful. And I know that you will be, and I'm so thankful for you for that. And so, as always, I'm yours until my next swim.
Won't you
Ciao.
come and swim away with me on Mermaid Junkie TV?